Well, you know the rest, but as I understand it, you never watched any of this Monday Night Raw business back in the day, right?
No, I never did. A lot of the people watched. Not a lot of the WWE people back then watched Nitro because we had the replay on later in the night. And did USA have a replay of Raw later
No,
that
they
night?
did not. No.
Okay, so I didn't watch it. And again, I don't watch it now. I've said it many times on this program. I try to get involved with my stuff and not worry about what they're doing because it's not my job to worry about what they're doing. And I see plenty of wrestling anyway. I see everything that we do Mondays or Wednesdays and Saturdays and pay-per-views. So I do not get caught up in what's going on with them. I hear about what's going on with them because a lot of people talk about it backstage.
Sure.
So I'm kind of familiar with what's going on, but I don't follow it, and I didn't follow it back then. It goes back to the old adage I've talked about before on this podcast. It's the old Vin Scully mentality that you don't listen to any other announcer because you don't want to try to copy their style. You want to be your own person. That's it.
Nobody's copying your style, my man. And what a crazy spectacle you had over the weekend. One of the wildest doggone pay-per-views of all time. And oh, it looks
Mm.
like it just finished. AEW Double or Nothing from this past weekend in Las Vegas. I've never seen anything like several things on that show. But needless to say, the Anarchy in the Arena match is going to be a match that folks don't forget about for quite a while, if I had to guess, Tony.
No, some things happened in that match. Obviously, the one thing that happened was Jack Perry getting burned, but a lot of things happened in that match. Darby being tied up by his legs. It's like, and as that's going on, to be honest with you, I'm thinking, what the fuck are we doing? And it was, but again, you're right. It's memorable, right? It's
Yes.
things that happen that you're going to remember for a long, long time. When people say, "Hey, did you ever see AEW Double or Nothing?" You go say, "Yeah, that I remember when they burned Jack Perry and they tied Darby Allin upside down, and he wore a face guard with tacks in it."
You know, like as crazy as all that you just said was, the thing that will
Yeah,
stand out for me
yeah,
is them running around blasting music like it was New Jack and
right,
people getting their ass whipped to a soundtrack. Like
right,
the final countdown moment of Brian
uh,
Danielson just
right,
whipping people's ass all over the arena. It felt like a movie. It was super
yeah,
fun. I know
right,
that, listen, the people who've decided they don't like AEW, I'm sure they found something to critique about it. I was watching it with one of my good wrestling buddies, Bart, and man, we just loved the show. Thought you guys hit a home run. And I know, there's lots of analysts who are going to pick it apart, but I
sure.
got my money's worth by God. It was a good show. We hope you checked it out. We hope you'll continue to support AEW and everything that Tony does. He is the voice of AEW, whether anybody wants to acknowledge that or not. Put some respect on his name and tune in tonight as you're listening to this because Dynamite will be live. Of course, we got a big collision right around the corner. They're winding down those damn pesky NBA playoffs. We know now the Celtics are in the finals. So we're going to be back to normal sooner rather than later with some of the scheduling, Tony. And you and I haven't talked about it on the show, but you're going to be doing an esports arena residency for a bit. And,
Yeah,
and I got to
yeah, that-
tell you, knowing that Mike Mansory and guys like that are going to be able to really stretch out and try some different things, I'm kind of excited about what that might look like, Tony.
yeah. I'm excited about it too. Esports Arena. By the way, that arena is right there where the Cowboys playing, where the Rangers, right in that area. So it's a pretty familiar part of Arlington, Texas, of the Dallas Metroplex. Not like it's sequestered somewhere in a in a suburb or something like that where I live. So I'm looking forward to that. I've never been to that esports arena. It's going to be interesting to see how we do, and I'm excited that they're going to be. We're also going to be taping some Ring of Honor matches, which is good. It's an interesting idea leading up to, of course, All In coming up on on 25th of August. I want to go back. very briefly and say something about Double or Nothing that's not has nothing to do with the matches in Double or Nothing. I I guess I shouldn't have been, but I was kind of blown away uh how versatile Jeff Jarrett is.
Yeah.
That fucker can do it all. I
Five
mean, he
tool
literally
player.
can do it all, right?
Yeah, totally agree. Five tool player, man. I've been a big fan of Jeff Jarrett. As a kid, I hated him. He was my human fast forward button. We even joked about that on Bruce's podcast, Something to Wrestle. But I was not a fan. And then once I actually got to know Jeff, it was like, oh, that was the idea. I'm a
Yeah.
goof. This guy has done everything in front of the camera, behind the camera. I think he's done everything except run the camera.
Right.
Shout out to Jeff, who I thought more than held his own in a debut effort to sort of host a pre-show, and that
Yeah.
was on the heels of a pretty big, fun match with him and Brian Danielson in the ring together.
Yeah.
What can't he do? We hadn't found it
Right.
yet.
Sent him a note. I said, dude, I said, for an old fucker, you can certainly do everything. And I was just blown away by, and maybe I shouldn't have been, maybe I should have known that Jeff Jarrett can do his. I thought his work on the pregame show. Of course, to me, I love RJ City. You know, some people do, some people don't. I just think he's a very talented, very
Agreed.
positive guy, and is works pretty hard behind the scenes as well. Renee is to me the single most talented person I think I've ever worked with as far as on camera work. She just everything is so natural to her, and she's so good at what she does. But when they threw Jeff Jarrett in, then Jeff was just I just thought he did a masterful job, and I even let him know that damn, I said for old fucker you can just about do anything in wrestling, wrestle, talk, like you said, everything probably hell he could probably run a camera too if need be.
Well, I'm anxious to see what's next for Jeff. I've really enjoyed what we've seen from him lately, and I think it was a really fun wrestling weekend for AEW. I mean, just a fun wrestling weekend overall. We had Queen and King of the Ring show on Saturday, then a Collision Saturday night, then the Anarchy and the Arena match to cap off one hell of a showing from Sunday night in Las Vegas. And the beat goes on, man. We're going to be back to our regularly scheduled programming again with Dynamite and Collision this week. But before we do, we're going to have a little fun watching this episode of Monday Night Raw from May 31st, 1999. We want you to pull your Peacock out, go to season 7, episode 22. That's season 7, episode 22 of Monday Night Raw. Again, it aired on 5/31/99. It is a huge show. Raw did a 6.23 rating and a 10.1 share. Meanwhile, Nitro would do a 3.26.
There is
So,
no try.
you all right, Tony?
Yeah, I'm good. Why? What happened?
I don't know. Just hearing your "There is no try." Is that a ringtone from Yoda?
I don't hear anything. It's not from my end.
Okay. It's not your phone? You don't have
No,
Yoda talking on your phone?
no, I don't have a Yoda on my phone. Hang on a second. Son of a bitch.
What?
All right, let me cut off my. Yeah, I can't hear my I for some reason my phone is going through
It's not on my end, god damn it. Get your shit together. Wait, that was me. Hang on.